Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Hashtag Nailed It with me, Tova Leigh.
Me, Michael Lee.
It does feel like we haven't done this in a long time. It's only been 2 weeks.
Yeah, feels longer.
Oh, God, so much has happened.
So much has happened.
So much has happened. What has happened?
Well, you've had your show. You've done 1, 2, 3 shows.
3 shows!
3 shows since the last recording. And they've been, last or 2 of them, they're very, very good.
Thank you. Well, I did basically my entire UK tour.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah.
3 shows. But it was so good.
It was great.
Oh, it was so
great
much fun.
Turnouts, great reactions, people from far afield coming to see you.
I had some people come to the show in London from Norway.
Yeah.
All the way from Norway. Isn't that amazing?
Incredible.
Yeah. But do you remember when I did the show back in June, there was a lady who came from Hong Kong?
That's right. Hong Kong still tops it.
Exactly. I feel like anything after that's going to be a bit of a letdown.
Yeah.
Like, try harder, you know?
Australia.
Who's coming from Australia?
Yeah.
And then we'll talk, right? No, I'm kidding. Whoever came from Norway, thank you so much.
No, it's been amazing. All part of the book, which people have been buying.
I know.
Which is, when's it officially come out?
Wait, we'll talk about the book in a minute because that's basically our episode. Isn't it?
Okay.
Yes, but before we start, actually, I'm very excited to say that this episode of Hashtag Nail is in fact sponsored, which is great because that doesn't happen very often, right?
No.
And not only is it sponsored, it's sponsored by one of my favorite brands, which I've been working with for a while, and that is Pranamat Eco, the lovely mats that we both like now, right?
Yeah, they're like acupuncture mats.
Well, yeah, I suppose. Hang on a minute. I just want to lift it up because there are people who are watching us on YouTube. So if you are watching on YouTube, you can see what I'm holding up. They're basically spiky mats, like super spiky, right? That you lie down on. But there's also pillows. There's also mats for your legs, for your feet. And you're not supposed to do anything apart from just lie on them. And what they do is they stimulate your blood. This is my theory, by the way. They stimulate the blood circulation. They help you with relaxation. They help you with back pains, neck pains. Me personally,
migraine.
They have just eliminated migraines.
I know.
Like, this is true story. And when I got the mats at the beginning, I tried them out like very quickly, and I was like, "Oh, this is interesting. It's a bit painful, but I can bear it." It is painful, by the way, when you lie down first.
But you're not the whole time.
No,
you get
used to it.
You
right.
do get used to it.
But the thing is, I had a migraine one day, right? And I took out the pillow and I just placed it kind of like at the bottom of my head and just in that nook, you know. And I laid on it for 20 minutes. And you know that when I get migraines, nothing helps. Like, nothing helps. You just have to go to sleep, wake up the next day and hope that the migraine's gone. And 20 minutes later, the migraine had vanished. Yes, so that's Pranamat Eco, and I've been working with them for a long time. We're doing a live on Thursday, and there's going to be promo codes and discounts and all that, so look out for that. But we're very excited for them being sponsors of our podcast, so thank you for that. Yeah. Okay, cool. So today's show, by the way, wait, before I continue, there's another big thing that's happened recently.
What's that?
You've joined Instagram.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is official.
You badgered me for so long, went on and on and on about it.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what I'm doing. Literally no idea.
But very quickly, I mean, you're an Insta whore, let's face it.
What do you mean? Hardly. I think I've posted 3 things.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing quite well.
Yeah, that's not much, is it?
Let's face it. No, but it's great. Like, I feel like you're doing really good. It's nice, but I
still don't quite know how to post properly.
No, I know, but it was quite funny.
It takes me a very long time.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know that a lot of people, this will make you laugh. I don't know if you're getting these messages or not, but I'm getting messages from like people who follow me, and I've also kind of like picked and looked at the comments you're getting. They're like, "We want an Insta war. It's war. I'm Team Tova. I'm Team Mike."
No, really?
Yeah, and I'm like, why?
No,
Why?
I barely know how to read messages.
Yeah, like what? I'm not. Yeah, so we're not gonna fall into that trap, right?
Wow, amazing.
Like 6 months later, we're divorced.
Well, I think my only one major post has been the fact you don't even follow me.
That is true.
Which is extraordinary, isn't it?
That's true.
Don't even follow your own husband. Why? I don't get it.
I don't, because I don't follow a lot of people.
Unbelievable. I suppose it means I can say loads of things about you, and I won't tag you.
Well, I
you
do
won't know.
check everything you post. You know that, right? Every single thing. I have it on my phone. No, but well, it was kind of like of a joke, obviously, to say like you reach 10,000 followers and I will follow you.
That's a lot, isn't it?
Yes, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That is a lot. I feel like I should have probably said like 1,000, or
Well,
2,000.
I think I'm like 3,000 or something.
3,000 followers. Good for you.
It's incredible.
Amazing.
I don't know why you're following me and what you expect to get from me. I've literally no idea.
I really like it, by the way, when you come to the shows and I can point you out. And then the other night we had a show in London and Mike was there, and I always like to put him on the spot because then people come up to him after the show to chat. But I didn't know where he was sitting.
I hid.
So I'm like pointing in the complete opposite direction.
God,
this poor man got people approaching him. Hi, Mike. And he's like,
a few very nice people approached me.
Yeah.
And wanted selfies and things, and selfies of me and you and stuff. Yeah, it's nice.
You really have a selfie face, by the way. You just really switch it on. You're like, oh, I don't know. Just smile. It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Don't be embarrassed. Okay, so today's show is dedicated to this.
The book.
Because you very kindly offered to interview me.
Very kindly
and I know
offered to
you
interview
prepared really amazing questions and really thought about this.
Threw it on me 5 minutes ago. Unbelievable.
I know, yeah. So let's see how good you are, like improvising and thinking quick on your feet.
Not a problem.
Let's do it.
Where did the idea for the book come from?
Oh, God, that's like a really big question to jump in with.
Straight in.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, where did it come from? The name?
No, just in general. Why did you write a book?
Why you're asking?
No. Why did you decide to write a book?
Can I just say this, though? Because actually, I don't think I've said this.
Well,
the title of the book was your idea, wasn't
Fucks
it?
at 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had I had so many ideas for different titles.
What was it originally going to be called?
Oh, there
for
were
a long
so
time?
many ideas.
Well, there was my thoughts about stuff.
There was the name of the book,
which was
the
name of your
blog, right? There was Free-ish. There was
Free-ish.
Woman in Progress. There was like all these really serious names. And then me and you one night just went, oh, these names are awful. What are we going to do? Just made a whole list. Yeah, and we said, let's just throw anything in the mix. And then one of the things you threw was just fucked at 40, and it was ridiculous. And we wrote it down. And then the next day when I looked at it, it just jumped at me. I was like, that's like a perfect name. Because the name kind of has so many things in it, right?
If you read the book. But then again, when you sent it then to the publishing people, that's the one they all went, that's the one.
Yeah.
Which is quite funny.
Which, of course, by the way, has proven to be slightly tricky because, number one...
You can't sell it on radio.
Morning shows, radios, they have a real issue with the title. But also, if you search it on Google, you get a lot of porn. Quite a lot of porn.
That's hilarious.
Yes. Even on Amazon, if you search by book title,
really?
you get a lot of very disturbing things.
Really?
So if you are searching for my book, search by my name.
Totally. There we are. And you probably still get lots of porn.
Yeah, this is true. So the idea for the book came from the midlife crisis.
Right. What, the filming thing you did?
Yeah, like those 2 years of having that kind of midlife crisis and the bucket list. And that's all in the book. That's all part of it. Like how sort of like went from who am I, mom, okay, great, but what else? And went off and did all these things that I kind of always wanted to do but didn't feel like I could or should. And then decided, and within that I found like a lot of other things like, real kind of look into just generally boundaries and things that we're supposed to do as people and as women, as moms. And then I kind of decided I had documented it, obviously, in my videos in the Mom Life Crisis series, but I just wanted to have it all in one place. Of course, now I'm not sure if I'm going to regret it in 10 years' time.
Why?
Because I feel like there's a massive difference between having a book out there and like a video somewhere online. Do you know what I mean?
It's funny that, isn't it? Because it shouldn't make any difference at all.
No.
Because videos, you think now probably last longer than most books. But there's something about just a book and in book form.
Totally.
Totally. I don't know. It's weird. I mean, I don't know. Again, I've never had a Kindle. I had on my phone or iPad the sort of book reader thing. And I think I've only read one book in electric form. I just still prefer electronic form. I just prefer having a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, totally. And this will be available, by the way. It's already available in audio. There's an audio book.
Already? Is it out?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, this will all be available 3rd of March. You can already pre-order, of course, but you'll only get it on the 3rd of March. So the audiobook is the same. And I actually really loved doing the audiobook.
I look forward to hearing it.
I did my own one.
Yeah. Do you do any funny voices?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Mainly yours. Yes. Whenever I did your voice, it was very posh.
Why? I don't know.
I don't know why, because I don't know how to do your accent, so I just do a really posh accent.
Okay.
And pretend like that's what you talk to. Yeah.
You know.
So yeah, great question, Mike.
Thank you very much. So it's a culmination of those things. And do you think, from the things you wrote in there, do you think there's a chance for it to have a sort of a continuation of those themes in another book? Is there plans to sort of go, or this can go somewhere else? Or do you think that's it, done?
You know, it's so funny because in the book I hinted at like, oh, that's for a second book. Only because certain things I get into in this book, I sort of didn't want to like elaborate too much about them because I didn't want them to become the main focus of the book.
Right.
So I kind of like half joke sort of said, oh, that's for a second book. And then I don't know if you know the website Goodreads. Do you know it?
No.
So it's like a website that you can review books even before they're out. Like they select some people and they send the books out to them.
Oh, wow.
It's like, yeah. And a couple of people were really annoyed by that comment. They sort of felt like, oh, you know, why didn't she share everything in this book? Like, why is there going to be another
Oh, really?
book?
Take it literally.
They took it so literal. And I'm thinking, oh,
interesting.
God, I should never have said that. But I don't know. I feel like if I ever did write another book, it would be a totally different thing about something else, you know?
What kind of reaction do you want to get from the book?
Wow, that's a really good question.
Thank you very much.
That's a really good question. Are the dogs okay? It
Yeah,
feels like they're
fine.
killing each other. Wow. I don't know. First of all, I hope people will find it interesting, you know, because if they're bored, if they fall asleep, that's going to be upsetting. Yeah. And I hope like they find the moments that are supposed to be amusing, funny. But most of all, I'm like, you know, I don't know. I hope people can relate to it. I was super honest, as you know, with the book. Like I really didn't hold back. And I think I say a lot of things in the book that I've never said like publicly, and even in everything, like, you know, not just like the revealing moments of the book, but just in how I say it, you know, like I'm not sugarcoating it at all. And I just hope, I don't know, I hope people can relate. I don't know. But you know, it's like anything you put out there, you just don't know.
But do you think some of the themes that you talk about will resonate with people and go, mainly women, I suppose, going, God, I've always felt like this. I've never thought. Because, I mean, the reason I say that is from your live show, you've had people come out. I know the live show is very, very different. Yeah. So don't think, get the book, I won't see the live show because her reading the book. It's completely different.
Totally different.
But it's really interesting seeing people come up to you after the live show and go, oh, my God, when you talked about this, I've never thought about that in this way. It's really opened my eyes. Yeah. Do you think you'll get this? Do you hope to get the same kind of thing?
I do, but I'm also very prepared and aware of the fact that there are some themes in the book that are less, how do you say, mainstream?
Right.
So like, for example, in the show and in the book, I talk a lot about motherhood. I talk a lot about body image and stuff like that. I think is very mainstream and relatable, and people really, you know, relate to, and they see themselves in it. And that type of feedback has been amazing. But I also feel that in the book, there are some things that are less mainstream. Like one of the biggest things that's going to come out in the book is got to do with me questioning the idea of monogamy. This is not something that I've discussed on the blog, even though I did do a whole video about it last year about monogamy. It was like to test the water. But it was really comical. And like I talked about penguins, you know. But in the book, I reveal that, you know, that we had this conversation and we decided to open that up.
Do you think you might get a backlash?
Yeah, for sure. Not backlash, but I completely know it's not everybody's cup of tea. Like I know there'll be people out there who'll say no.
But I don't think you advocate any of it.
No, not at all. I talk about my own experience and what we found like for us, but you know, it's not everybody's cup of tea for sure. But my point is that I do think there are a lot of themes in the book that are less mainstream, so that people, you know, because I talk a lot about women's role in general, you know, and I question those things, but that's without judging anybody else. Like if somebody else feels differently, that's great, you know.
But do you think, not just because of that theme and other themes, I mean, you obviously want this book to go beyond, for want of a better phrase, your fan base. People who follow you, people listen to this podcast. You want the book to go beyond that. Yeah. Do you think, therefore, there's things in the book for people who know you to then buy it for other people and say you must read this book to put it out to a sort of wider market? I don't know. I hope so. You know, it's been really interesting though, because I know a lot of people who listen to the podcast are actually coming to the shows and they're going to have the chance to buy the book there and whatever, but it's been so interesting to see who the audience are.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's such an interesting age range. Have you noticed? You get like women in their 20s and suddenly you get women in their 60s. I'm blown away by that, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of people ask me, because of the title of the book, it being Fucked at 40, so people are asking me, is it only for 40-year-olds? Like, is it a book that's just about it? It's so not. So not. There's a lot of stuff that I feel like I wish I knew it a little bit earlier, but also I do touch at about different times in my life, and I've had women in their 50s and 60s come up to me and sort of say that they really related what I was talking about in the show, which again is based on the book, even though it's different stories. I think it's just about being a woman in today's world, you know?
The other thing that's going to be interesting is when you do your next live shows, which are all largely in North America.
Yeah.
That's going to be the time when people would have had time to read the book, and you will then get...
Yeah.
Because that March
you're right, yeah.
You'll get people coming up, probably up to you, just saying, I've read the book.
It, yeah.
And
Toronto and New York are still before publication day, so not so much.
Okay.
But yeah, the rest of the shows, Chicago, Houston, LA, and the one in Israel, which is in April, definitely the book will have been out, so people would have read it by then, hopefully. And it'll be interesting to hear what people say. I think the tone of the book is very different, obviously, from the live shows. I think normally, when I write, I'm a bit more serious than when I do my rants and I perform and even on stage. So there is a more serious tone in the book, but there's definitely a lot of lighthearted moments, a lot of funny moments. And I think there's some dark comedy moments. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not ha 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 ha, but it's it's funny because it's life, you know?
When will people know? Because there's going to be book signings as well, presumably.
Yeah. So we're doing book signings at all the venues. So if you guys are coming, if anybody's coming to any of the shows, you'll be able to buy the book of the show, but also I'll be there signing and I'm staying behind. And then when we come back to the UK, I'm going to be doing just a book tour, like a few cities in the UK. So no performances, but just like signing books. So I'll probably do Manchester again, and I'll do like other places, maybe Scotland even, do some dates there.
I know it's your first book, but have you kind of been told or looked into what constitutes a success for first book? How many thousand you're hoping to sell, or is there any kind of that kind of pressure on it?
Well, no. I mean, the only pressure I have is, like I said, like anything creative you put out there, you just don't know if people are going to like it or not, and it's out there forever. But then on the other hand, I was speaking to a friend yesterday and going through that, and I said to her, at the end of the day, this is the honest truth. If I had to write the book again today, I would have probably written it totally differently, because I feel like when I was writing it, I was totally writing it in the moment of things still happening. So I was in the process still. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And I was writing it from that place, and that's a really raw place. It wasn't like all like great, it was like a lot of doubt.
But you started writing stuff down quite a a long time ago.
Exactly.
I know things were sort of...
but think about it. I wrote about Nepal, but I wrote about Nepal before I went to Nepal. As soon as I got back, like things were very much in real time. Whereas if I now had to write about Nepal a year later... Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. I would have written something totally different.
Do you think because of that, tone. Do you think you've got a better book than if you write about the same themes now?
I don't know. It's just, it is what it is, like I don't know. I don't know. But they say like there's two type of ways of writing. You either write from your, I can never say that word, like a wound, like an injury.
Yes, wound, yes.
Or from your scars. Scars means like after you've
I've
healed.
never heard that phrase before.
And it's great. It's for me, like it describes everything. So like writing after now would have been writing from my scars, you know, like after, in retrospect. But I wrote it very much in the moment. So I feel it makes a more raw book. Oh, well, that's our dogs now barking at the neighbor.
I just put out another dog. It's unbelievable.
Just like
Lunatics.
Barking. Sometimes they just bark at nothing.
Things. Air.
Yeah, air.
Yeah, there we go.
Fluffy, come here, boy.
No, don't encourage them.
Okay.
So what were you saying?
So that was it. Yeah, that was my question. I wanted to, should I read like a little section of it? What do you think? Huh?
You can if you want.
I don't have glasses on though. Let me just see what I can. Let me see. I'll read the beginning.
Well, what a sort of scoop for people listening now.
Yeah, that's true, actually. I'm trying to think, like, which section should I read?
You really planned this well, haven't you?
I know.
Really
have.
There's a page marked there.
Yeah. Wait, no, I know which one I want to read. Oh, yes. This is one of my favorites. So this is actually about us.
Oh.
Okay. So I'm talking about marriage, right? Okay. And I wrote this. Wait, let me see where I should start. Okay. Our marriage was not bad. It's a good start.
Charming.
It was similar to many of our friends' marriages after having a few kids, where you have conversations about rather dull subjects, and it feels like you know everything there is to know about each other. I was at a birthday party in town one day with my eldest. For some reason, she didn't want to eat the pizza they were serving and said in her most faint, "I'm about to collapse voice, I'm starving." This after she'd had popcorn, fresh fries, and Fruit Loops all afternoon. I was going out straight after her party and she was getting a lift back home with a friend, so I messaged Mike to say that she hadn't had dinner and that he should give her food when she gets home. Do you remember this? Mm-hmm. I suggested potato waffles, a.k.a. hash browns. A few moments later, Mike messages me back saying there are no potato waffles. Now, here's the thing about Mike. He can't find anything. I mean, he could be searching for a hat, the kids' water bottles, or the house keys for ages and never find them, even if they're right in front of him. It's rather extraordinary and sadly a quality he has passed down to our children, judging from how they never seem to be able to find their shoes. But the other thing about him is that he can really have long conversations about the most boring things on the planet, like potato waffles. So there I was, standing in a corner in this ping pong club, having a 10-minute text exchange about potato waffles. And I'm thinking, how did my life get to this? I am having a conversation about a giant chip. Mike, I can't find potato waffles. I don't think we have any potato waffles. Me, we do. They're in the freezer. Mike, I looked. We don't have any. Me, move things around. Mike, since when do we buy potato waffles? Me, since the kids asked. Mike, I don't remember getting any potato waffles. Are you sure? When did they ask us to get them? Me, I don't remember. Does it matter? Check the left drawer. Mike, I didn't know they liked waffles. So, do you just put them in the oven or the toaster? I still can't find them, by the way. At this point, I messaged him back and I said, please, do not talk to me about potato waffles anymore, because I really will have to kill myself if you do. He stopped texting after that.
Very funny.
Yeah.
And the whole book is literally about potato waffles, isn't it? The whole book is a tribute.
The whole book is a tribute
to the wonderful invention that is a frozen potato waffle. So all potato waffles out there, this is the book for you. Available all good bookshops from March the 2nd.
Yeah, it's very, very true. It's true, yes.
Well, that's been a wonderful show. I think we can wrap it up there.
Wait. I just want to mention again that this
Pranomat
episode is sponsored by the lovely Pranomat Eco, who we will be doing a live video for this Thursday. Wow. Yes.
Do I have to learn the mat again?
Yes. Great. Oh, yeah.
I think I nodded off last time.
You did eventually. It's true, but you screamed like a baby first. And
it
then
does.
You
it
fell
does
asleep.
when you lie down on it. Because you don't wear a T-shirt. You're meant to be topless. Yeah. Especially if you've got a bad back, obviously. Yeah. So when you do go on there, it has this kind of bed of nails effect.
But you also have a very, very low pain threshold. Like, it's really disturbing.
Really.
Yeah. Even our daughters can lie on it longer than you.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yes. So anyway, tune in on Thursday night on Facebook for that. And I'll also be doing stuff on stories. There'll be swipe ups and promo codes, so you guys need to check those out. Anyway, that was it. Yes, thank you. Oh, and for anybody who does want to order the book, it is already on Amazon worldwide.
Mm-hmm. Check by name, not by title.
Yes, go by my name, or just go to my website, tovaleigh.com/book, mm-hmm. and it'll take you to the Amazon of your territory.
Lovely. Until next time.
Thank you, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye.